I'm Dave.
I'm Brent.
And this is Faith Talk.
Hey guys, so instant replay. If you saw my Instagram post today, I was posting some videos, and we recorded this video last week.
But we had audio issues because of wind.
Yeah, I mean it was a beautiful setting, and we much prefer to actually film outside. But our camera on that particular video camera is not real great, so
We're shooting it again indoors
Yeah.
so you can actually hear us.
the wind overlap was so bad I couldn't stand editing it even.
Anyway, so yeah, wind can stink, especially when you're recording video. So moving on.
Lessons learned, right? So, hey, ACP's coming up.
Get registered.
www.acpyouthrally.org. Go, get there, get registered. Go, you're gonna dig the shirt design. We just turned in the shirt design to the printer. It's gonna be awesome, guys. Can't wait to have that one in my collection. So get pre-registered. It's the only way we can guarantee you a shirt.
Yes. If you show up at the door and register at the door, which you can do as well, we cannot guarantee you a t-shirt, so get registered.
All right, so on that note, this is the topic we're gonna talk about today is when you come down from that mountaintop experience, right? Because everybody wants to go to the mountaintop experience.
Okay, well, before we do that, let's put it in context real quick.
Well, I was going to.
You were? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm interrupting.
So, this is older than most of you guys probably. Years ago, acapella, the original acapella, did a song called Mountaintop. Yeah. So, but the whole premise of the song was, everybody wants to go to the mountaintop and be fellowshipping with the Lord. But we got to come down from the mountaintop to the people in the valley below so they can know, right?
Well, let's. Hold on.
So,
I was gonna say, hold on, can we put that in non-churchy?
Come-
for a
sure.
second?
So you go and have this amazing experience at a youth event of some sort, be it camp or a rally or area-wide something or other.
And you get to
or
put up with people like us.
any number of things, right? Like all of you who are coming to ACP in 3 weeks.
Putting up with people like us.
But we come out of that experience and it's awesome, and you just feel pumped and you're excited and
I have to
you're
go home.
motivated. And then Monday morning comes, and guess what? Back to school
Or work, or
or both.
some combination thereof.
You have to go back to the real world.
Yep.
And so the question or the topic today is, how do you keep that excitement? What do you do when you go home to keep fueling
Well,
that spiritual
The
fire?
excitement level, I mean, that's an emotional thing. So your excitement level, while it's not a bad thing, obviously, you can't. What was it? Star Wars, don't trust your emotions; they betray you, or something like that.
Yeah, that's you.
That's Star Wars.
You call me old, I call you geeky.
I'm a nerd, that's fine, but a geek nerd, whatever. But honestly, you think about it, and yeah, you're having this emotional experience at the youth rally, and like you just said, you come home, the real world hits. So what do you do? What do I do? I find a way to plug in. I find a way to ensure that I'm not sitting on my haunches, sitting on my tail, just letting all those messages and that worship that I heard and participated in over the weekend or over the week just go away. I find a way to plug into my local congregation, plug into my youth group, college age group, young adult group, etc., and actually go out and serve. I think too many times that we kind of treat church a little bit like a TV show. We get what we want out of it, and we turn it off.
Yeah.
We walk out going, I can't wait till next week's episode. And it's kind of the same thing with youth rallies and youth events. And other things that we do is we come, and I say we, this is to the adults as well as it is the kids.
Yeah.
We come and we get what we want out of it, and then we go home and click, we turn the TV off, basically. Find a way to plug in. What do you think?
I think that's what's the old saying? You get out of it what you put in.
Oh yeah, totally.
So, most time there's two groups that come to a youth event. There's the kids who are super stoked about it and just excited about everything that's coming already before they even leave. I mean, they're pumped about they're going to see friends and they're going to hear encouraging lessons. They're going to have incredible worship experiences, and they go and put their whole selves into it. And then you got the kids who are like, yeah, I'll go, whatever. I got nothing else to do this weekend.
Well, you have three groups then. You have the kids who are like, oh, I go, and mom and dad made me go. And then they end up loving it.
And they get there, and you can have an incredible experience, but it all matters to what you. If you come to the event and just like, yo, whatever, and don't put back into the event. If you don't get involved, if you don't just immerse yourself in it, an event that was great for someone else can be really ho-hum.
Well,
Church is the same way.
Oh, totally.
Right? You can go and warm your pew or your chair or whatever congregation you have. You have pews here, right?
Yeah, pews here.
We have chairs in my church.
Yeah.
So,
I'll trade it.
yeah, I love the church.
I want the chairs.
But, so you have your seat or whatever. You can go warm that seat. And Sunday morning will go pretty much like Sunday morning always goes. You'll sing a few songs, you'll say a couple prayers, and
This is what Sunday morning looks like sometimes.
oh yeah, a lot of us will play on our phones instead of paying attention because we're bad. And
I'm sitting there reading notes, dude. So
my wife gives me a hard time because I sit next to one of my friends who's a police officer in town. And she told me one day that our preacher's going to walk back and sit between us because we're the bad kids who are like passing notes in the back and making jokes as he preaches.
Notes? How old are you? My goodness sakes, send a text, man. Jeez.
We were, all right, but we're sitting next to each other, laughing at each other.
Saying passing notes, like what the
Via text, we're sitting next to each other, laughing at each other.
Wow.
My wife's like, because we can't help but crack wisecracks as the preacher's going.
Hey, you know what though? I will say this: if you're engaged in that much what the preacher's doing,
Yeah.
you're still engaged.
Yeah, exactly.
You're laughing at
We
it.
know exactly what he's saying. And the
First,
funny
you're
thing is-
watching this. Don't hurt me.
The funny thing is, our preacher, he'd be right there laughing
Oh,
with us if he wasn't sitting there preaching.
Well, so am mine.
So, but you can go in and you get out what you put into it. If you go and sit there and do nothing, then you're going to get nothing out of it.
I got a story to tell you.
Yeah.
I had an elder's kid. It wasn't an elder yet, but his kid went with me, just him and I, down to this rally called Faith Quest. And for those of you watching from Portland, we love you.
We miss you guys.
Totally miss Faith Quest.
Come to ACP.
But he was adamant about hating coming to Faith Quest. He'd never been there before. His sisters and brothers been there. And like, I hate this. I don't like you. This is stupid. Blah. So we had an interesting trip to Portland. So we get to Portland and we get to Yamhill, get out to Camp Yamhill. And I'm like, dude, just try to have a good time. And by the end of that rally, by the end of that youth event, he had a boatload of friends that he had just met. He was actually participating in worship. He was still listening. And he was a totally different kid on the way home. I went to the Faith Quest the very next year, and I swear I probably had 25, 30 people. Where's he at? Or where's so-and-so? Where's he at? Like, oh, yeah, he didn't come this year. Oh, tell him to come next year. Because he was adamant about not putting something into it, but then when he did, he got one heck of a return on
So, when you go from Faith Quest or ACP back home, how do you stay engaged? How do you keep that experience going?
You've got to find a way to plug in. You've
Now-
got to find a way to stay in the Word, too.
Now, let me clear some objections here, because you've heard this one, right? But there's nothing at my church for me to plug into.
Then make something.
I'm young, I'm this age group, or I'm that age group, or I'm old. I've heard that one too.
Do you need to have permission to go do ministry?
Yes, apparently.
No, you don't.
Wrong answer!
What permission you need is that which comes from Christ, and He already gave it. So go do something. If you're a young adult sitting at home who has no youth group, who's got an older congregation, go start a youth group. I know it sounds really crazy, but I'll tell you another story. ACP started out with a guy named Jerry Hargrove inviting his college friends to his mom and dad's house to press apples into cider and sing songs. 37 years ago.
37, 38. I know the track.
30, I don't remember, like 38 now.
True story, guys.
It started with just that. Now, if it just started with just that, man, I tell you what, you can go invite a couple friends over and sing some songs and, do a Bible lesson or watch a Bible video or something. I mean, it's not, I want to say it's not hard. I know it is difficult, but you can do it. It can be done.
The last youth group I was a part of as a teenager, when I got there was me and one other kid who came regularly in the teen age group.
Mm-hmm.
And one kid who came every now and then when he was with his mom, I think, they had joint custody.
Right.
And that was it. So hit and miss On a good day, there were 3 of us. On a bad day, there were 2 of us, or one of us might be sick. I don't know.
I used to have a kid.
We started there. We ended with 18 kids.
Oh, yeah.
2 years later, coming every Sunday. I used to drive around and pick up the teenagers in the youth group.
Sure.
Because we had a lot of younger teens who, they didn't have family that came. They were friends that we invited over the years, and they plugged in
Yep.
and became a part of it. So we had to go get them every Sunday.
The point is, whether
You can do it too.
any age you are, now if you're an older person watching this video and you say, oh, well, I'm between ages X and Y, I'm between ages, Generation X and Generation Y or Generation whatever, it doesn't matter.
We've got a ministry for you.
It doesn't really matter. You can plug in. Right now, I'll tell you what, right now, if you're an adult watching this and say, I don't really have teenagers in my church, or I don't know how to plug in with teenagers, I'll tell you what, come to ACP, we will show you what we do. We'll show you some tips and tricks on how to connect with kids. It'd be great. It'd be great to have you there. We can always use the extra hands. But find a way to minister to people. If it's going down to your local soup kitchen or homeless shelter, and finding a way to interface with the people that are down there and just serve them a hot meal or be a welcoming ear or a hug, go do it. You don't need permission from anybody else to go do that work. Now, if you're spending church money or assets, that kind of thing, yeah, you need to get the right people involved in that discussion. But you don't need to have permission from the preacher, the elders, the youth minister, etc., to go do God's work in God's kingdom.
Guys, let us issue you a challenge on this one. In fact, okay?
Oh, he's got a challenge he hasn't told me.
So challenge, yeah. This is a total blindside, right?
Wait a minute. Do we need to review this?
No, you're gonna love this.
Okay,
All right?
yeah, I'm sure.
So here it is. You have a hard time finding a way to plug in at your congregation. This is what I want you to do. You comment below.
Please.
You tell us what the demographics of your congregation are and what you are personally passionate about. And Dave and I will write back to you and give you a list of ideas where you can plug in.
Oh, I like that.
I get it. You know what?
I like that.
Not everybody is a creative person.
Yeah.
Some people struggle with coming up with ideas on their own. But once you help them find a good idea, man, they're all over it. So that's what we want to do for you guys on this. This is a totally just side note. Demographic. Tell us what it's about, what your congregation is like, and what you are passionate about. And we will help you find a ministry that you can start on your
And
own.
if we can't do it, we've got some other people, our leadership team, our elders here.
We will not come back to you.
We
with
will
this.
find somebody to give you an idea.
We will not just be like, oh, no idea. We will find you an answer.
Yep. And it doesn't
All right?
matter if you're an older person, younger person, whatever. Just yeah.
So that's our first big answer is plug in, guys.
Plug in.
Plug in someone.
And this is going to sound really, really old, but stay in the Word. And I know that sounds like, oh my gosh, he's going to preach at me again.
Nope, this is fact number 2, guys.
Seriously, if you spend, I want to whoop myself with how much I don't read my Bible. How much you read? Do you read your Bible
Oh,
enough?
not enough.
Yes. Okay. We're
Not
all
close
guilty.
enough.
We have technology. It has Bibles on it.
No
Multiple.
excuse.
Okay, we have no excuse, right? I have a Bible that's been with me since I started youth ministry years ago, and it's been beat to snot, and it's my favorite Bible. And it sits on my couch when I might be watching TV, and I'll read a few verses before I go to bed most of the time. Again, most of the time. But, I've made a concerted effort this year to be better at it. Start being better at it. Spend 10 minutes a day. Carve out 10 minutes of your time while you're brushing your teeth or while you're eating breakfast or before you go to bed or whatever.
I actually decided, because this is where an area I feel I lack in,
Mm-hmm.
I actually decided I want Sarah to give me a
Sarah's his wife.
one of my those desktop calendars to tear away with a Bible verse a day
That's cool.
for my desk at work.
Well, there's also, when we talked about this last time we did this video, there's also a thing called the verse of the day.
Yeah.
And it just sends you a Bible verse. And you read the Bible verse, and if you want to dive into it deeper, you can do that.
See, I want one of the tearaway calendars because it sits there on my desk all day, and I'll look at it multiple times. Because you and I both, we talk about it, we live on our calendars. So having it there all day instead of just
I live on my calendar.
right, but having it on my desk all day long, as opposed to it popping up on my phone,
Oh yeah.
I'm more likely to look at it repeatedly and think about it repeatedly. So I think in my case that might actually even help me a little more
Pardon me.
than just the verse of the day, because that pops up, you read it, you clear it, and you're good to go. So that's one of my plans because I know I need that.
And yeah, I mean, if you've got some piece of technology or some way to put God's word into your life, do it. It's not easy because we are all so busy. And anybody, adults, I want you to hear this really clear. I work as my paid job as an engineer for a software company. He's an engineer for a data center. Our other guy, Zeke, he's an engineer for a telecom company. Josh runs trains. He's an engineer for a train company. So we're all really busy people. We get that. But you know what?
And we know that you are too.
And you are too. And thank you for watching our videos. But you know what? The kids that we interface with, the kids that we talk to, their schedules are just as busy nowadays. To think a kid is not busy is selling them short. If you look at how many activities a kid's involved in, it kind of sometimes can make our schedules look a little weak.
For all you teens watching, this is a PSA for the adults.
Yeah, this is a PSA for the adults. So when you say a kid doesn't understand what it means to be busy, they're just as oversubscribed as we are, if not more so.
Yeah, way more sometimes.
So give them the benefit of the doubt, cut them a break, and just show them, be the example. Adults, show them that you are equally busy and you're putting time for God's word. And it doesn't mean coming into the church building Sundays and Wednesdays or whenever you meet. And it doesn't mean necessarily going to a Bible study, which is it's all good stuff, don't get me wrong. But it means taking some focused time for yourself, popping open your Bible, whether it's on your phone or a paper Bible, and spending some time in God's word and in prayer.
Guys, point number 3, we'll go quick on it. Prayer. Because
touched on it.
we start with spend time in the Word. And that is God, the easiest way to hear God talking to you. Because that's exactly what that is God talking to us. Now, here, today, present. But you gotta spend some time talking back, right? If you talk to a wall, it's a really boring conversation. You sit down with a person, it's a better conversation because then it opens up two-way communication.
So that could be really boring too.
Well, yeah, if you're talking to me.
I'm pretty boring.
But sitting down and talking with somebody, I just sat down and had lunch with my preacher today. He's a good guy. I enjoy visiting with him. So every now and so often we sit down and touch base. And growing up in a ministry background my whole life, my father's a preacher of 40 plus years. So I actually understand some things about being the preacher of a congregation that some other congregants don't always understand. So we can have some pretty clear conversations. It gives him someone to connect with who understands where he's coming from.
He's a friend.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Because, honestly, a minister can be a very lonely position. But likewise, and I enjoy his company. He's a really smart guy. But, that conversation is amazing because talking to somebody, when you start talking, they start talking back. I'm not saying God's going to start talking to you. If you start hearing voices, you might see a doctor about that.
Get some help quick.
Please. For the sake of everybody.
But it's the idea of talking with, not talking to.
Right.
I thought it was talk to God.
Because you aren't going to hear God going, "Hey, idiot!" Because I wish he would sometimes, because that would help me.
It'd be nice for me too. But
Because I'm a little thick.
Hey, dum-dum!
No, the Bible gives us example time and time again of God approaching quiet, you having to still yourself to hear it. So guys, plug in, and we will help you. We want to help you. Get in the Word. And pray. Guys, ACP is around the corner, guys. We're like 3 weeks out. I'll get this posted probably tomorrow. We are 3 weeks out.
Yes,
And we are so excited. We cannot wait. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe. Check the little bell down there so you get notifications when we post. We post every week. Go to acpyouth.org.
Sign up.
Go to Facebook.
Go to our Facebook page.
Go to our website.
We're on
Everything's linked off the website. Go to the website.
Go to the website and go there and you're fine.
And you'll find everything. Guys, pre-register.
Yep.
Because we want you to get one of these cool shirts. And
not only is it a cool shirt, here's a secret. It was designed by one of our kids here at this congregation.
they usually are. We try to get the kids involved that way.
Not usually.
Cool.
Most of the time they are now.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be that way. We used to have a professional do it, but this kid has worked their tail off to get this done, and it is so cool.
I might have leaked the rough draft on Twitter.
You shouldn't do that. You should erase it now.
Nah.
That's okay, I'll do it.
Guys,
No.
look for it. Get your shirt, get registered, and we'll see you guys in 3 weeks.
Until then, I'm Dave.
I'm Brent.
This is Faith Talk.